cracking the code on the greatest of all time. This is the GOAT code. He grew up not far from the Okefenokee Swamp in the small town of Folkston, Georgia. Small, meaning 3 stoplights and 1 grocery store. As an 8-year-old in Pop Warner football, he scored the very first time he touched the ball. In high school, he lettered in basketball, track, and of course, football, where his stats on both sides of the ball were off the charts. He still holds his school's single-game rushing record of 417 yards, which he gained in only 3.5 quarters. In his final year at the University of Georgia, as a junior, his versatility was staggering. 957 snaps, 547 on defense, 301 on offense, where he led the Bulldogs in receiving, and 109 snaps on special teams. He was first-team All-American, and he won the Bronco Nagurski Trophy as the top defensive player in the country. And then, on April 17th, 1999, he was drafted 7th overall by the Washington Redskins. From the Pro Football Hall of Fame class of 2019, one of the greatest shutdown cornerbacks in history, Champ Bailey. Champ Bailey, thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure, man. Love being it.
What was the moment in your youth where that standout moment is the one to point to say, yeah, Champ Bailey was different than the other guys?
Well, several games. I mean, probably the game I rushed for 400 yards in high school. Like, I mean, but see, people don't understand, in that game, I had 7 touchdowns as well, and 1 on defense that they called back. But look, I was on fire that night. I knew that from that moment, I knew, okay, I got a shot at this thing because this has never been done.
Now, you grew up with 2 brothers.
Right.
How big of a role did it play having brothers in your house to really forging the athlete you are?
It was everything, because my older brother I played with in high school, and as soon as he left, here comes my younger brother pushing me. And they were both great athletes. He's kind of set the tone as the older brother. Then my younger brother, Boss, came right behind. He's pushing me. He's my size, just as fast, can jump just as far and as high as I can. So it was one of those things. We competed within each other, but we always pushed each other to be as great as we could be. That was an interesting dynamic for me because I got to play with both of them in college at different times. And that's rare for a kid to say.
Champ's family genetics and family competition helped shape the prototypical defensive back. Optimal height and weight, elite speed, and lateral quickness. His times at the NFL Combine in both the 40 and the 5.10.5 shuttle remain among the fastest of all time. In terms of straight line speed, we've measured his top gear at 21.9 miles per hour. To put that in perspective, in 2022, that would have been the 3rd fastest speed in the league. And it's actually faster than a road runner. Bailey's otherworldly physical gifts translated immediately to the NFL. In 1999, he started all 16 games of his rookie season and became the youngest player in NFL history to make 3 interceptions in a game. And his reputation as a shutdown corner only grew. In 2006, the ball was only thrown to his receiver 35 times. And of those passes, he picked off 10. To put that ridiculous pickoff rate in perspective, consider this. In 2021, All-Pro and Pro Bowler Jalen Ramsey was targeted 98 times, and he only had 4 interceptions. The comparison to Ramsey is dead on. Both are blazingly fast shutdown corners. And they both happen to be long jumpers in college. In fact, Champ set a school record that stood for more than 20 years. Now, your long jump record indoor for the University of Georgia was 25 feet 11 inches. That's 83% of a first down. Talk to me about how you are able to efficiently transfer energy from the ground up through your body, because that kinetic linking is what makes you so athletic.
See, you sound more scientific than I ever would, but it was just a gift I had.
What is the thing in your life that you can point to and say, this is what pushed me from being good to great?
It's really just repping things and just watching yourself and then coming back and doing it over and over again. It's really boring trying to be great. It's a boring job, but you gotta love it. You gotta learn to love it and just push through the grind.
Champ, thank you so much for coming on the GOAT Code and for really leaving a legacy that will last forever.
Well, thank you for having me. This is great, man.
Thank you so much, man.
Yes, sir.
So here's how Champ Bailey's GOAT Code breaks down. First, the numbers. 215 games. He was a 5-time All-Pro, and he was named to 12 Pro Bowls. That's the most for a cornerback in NFL history. 908 tackles, 52 interceptions, and 106 consecutive games without giving up a touchdown. And he holds the all-time NFL record for most passes defended with 203. Champ's straight line speed and lateral quickness are only part of the equation. You also have to factor in leaping ability and an intangible like growing up as a middle child sandwiched between 2 outstanding athletes. That all adds up to a bust in the Pro Football Hall of Fame and solidifies Champ Bailey as a true GOAT. For the GOAT Code, I'm John Brankus.